Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another edition of Lights Out. This time, episode 90, okay? And although this is episode 90, we are just, I would say, a few days removed from a little bit of change. Now, Cosmos, correct me if I'm wrong. You are currently doing this podcast and residing in Mexico. Is that correct?
That is indeed correct. I am residing in Mexico for now.
All right. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You gonna stay there. You hear me? You hear me, boy? God. Because let me tell you, Big 47 back in the offline.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. Come on. It's lights out, baby. It's lights out. You know we gotta be extra and all that other good shit. But yes.
Did you vote?
Huh? Did I vote?
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think I voted?
No, I don't think you voted.
You don't think I voted?
No, I don't think you voted.
No comment.
Okay, just don't answer the question. All right.
Hey, yo, New Year, same shit. You know how we roll, chat. You know how we roll. But look, there's obviously going to be some change. I just want to actually send out, that's from my old troll video I did at Trump rally, but I want to send out some heartfelt messages. Keep yourselves good. It's all Gucci at the end of the day. It's all going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Take everything one day at a time. Like we take every episode one take at a time. But you know what? As I'm sitting here yipping and yapping, you've probably noticed, where's Light? Where is Paris Ramirez?
The reoccurring question.
He is currently, so he claims, in another city right now, getting his passport information taken care of. No, not deported, James. Settle down. You know, I guess these days he's literally
trying to deport himself after the inauguration, bro. He's trying to get the fuck out of there. And if you know Light's trying to get out of there, you know the U.S. is in some problems right now.
It's the inauguration, not the inauguration. That's the reason. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of just hoofing it out there, Jack. Just hoofing it out there. But now, all jokes aside, this is episode 90. We're gonna go ahead and have a good time, even without our boy. Now, Cosmos, I just saw you this past weekend. It was a pleasure. It's been too long. How did you enjoy coming back to America for the first time in forever?
It was honestly pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. It was nice to see like how everything looks. I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. I'm glad that I'm back in Mexico. Honestly, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I didn't really care to go to the States. If the Invitational was anywhere else, I would have been more excited. The Invitational was fun, but if it was anywhere else, I would have been more excited. But it was in Brooklyn, New York. The place looked ghetto as fuck. It looked awful. Looked like if I walked outside, someone was definitely just gonna walk by me, steal my wallet, steal my phone. So I'm honestly, it's surprising that I felt less safe there than here in Mexico. So I'm glad that I'm back here.
You know, it's interesting because I too had a good time at the Invitational. We'll touch on that a little bit later. But the area was weird because I never really felt like I was in any kind of like danger. Like I really just don't generally feel that way. It's just like Brooklyn itself has kind of like transformed into this. It's like ghetto, but like it started like transforming into like this hippie gentrified area and then just stopped. So you have like just like these just hippie looking people like walking around in what you would think is somebody on the corner, like willing to sell you some rock. And it's just not, it's not really the case. It's kind of interesting, like the way, I guess New York truly is like a melting pot, a blending of cultures. Cause, it was definitely interesting, but I'll tell you what, you got some complaints, Cosmos, rightfully so. Okay, you got some complaints about, you know, you thought the area was a little rough. But
I mean, where I am, like, I'm still in Mexico. I'm going to be cool and honest. I'm still in Mexico, and I've seen some shit here. I'm not going to.
Of course.
Like literally the other day, I was going to the store. I was going to like a 7-Eleven kind of place. It's called OXXO. And somebody was outside of OXXO one day just holding the door. The door was closed. I don't know if it was locked or not because they didn't want to let him in, but he was holding the like door handle and he was doing squats on the door. I'm like, something's going on here. Maybe he's just not like letting people, or he's trying to get in, but they're not letting him in. And then somebody walked by him and just went inside and he opened the door for him. So I was like, oh, so I guess like he's just opening the door for people. So I was really confused. And then the next day I went back again and I kid you not, he had a rock on like some kind of table thing, and he was shaving the rock and he was sniffing the rock like he was sniffing crack. So I was like, I've never seen some shit like that in my life, bro. Motherfucker was sniffing rock dust. I'm like, all right, I can't really compare this to America because I've seen some shit. I've never seen some shit like that. So that's some shit you'll probably only see in Mexico.
Well, I'll tell you right now, chat, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm looking forward to Smash Factor more than ever this year. My goodness. All right, if we're getting down like that, geez Louise. But I had my fair share of issues that didn't exactly pertain to well, let me just show you guys that. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you guys might have seen this. Okay. My hotel room while I was in Brooklyn was a little interesting. Okay, you see right there. It's a small hotel. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a small hotel. You can kind of see it right there. Right?
Also an understatement.
Yeah, it is right there. Bed's like kind of trapped in that corner. But look at this particular area after we get away from this, right? The shitter right there is in the shower. No exaggeration. And I had a lot of people tell me, oh my goodness, you can actually shower and shit. This is amazing. You should take full advantage of this. This is great. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm a bit of an adventurer. I didn't tweet this because I didn't know how it would be seen, but I was a bit curious. So stripped down a little bit, had a seat, doing my business. And I thought to myself, well, maybe the shower's right there. Maybe it'll kind of go down and just, natural bidet, if you will. Did not work out that way. A couple of towels were likely ruined. I feel sorry for that maid. All right. But let's just say the hotel set Big Phil up. All right. And Big Phil made a big mess. So
in case any of you are wondering why I actually didn't end up going to his place when he was streaming, now you know why.
Yeah, that's exact. So a lot of people were like, why isn't Cosmos coming to your stream? I was like, stand down, Cosmos. Oh, man. It's unfortunate. But it is what it is, man. I guess I was Chocolate Thunder in that case. But anyway, nonetheless, I did have a good time at the event. And we should kind of talk about the event a little bit. I wanted Light here to give his perspective. But I'll put up the results here for you guys to see. Tweet got first. Ouch got second. Zamba third. Followed by Syrup, Light, Mr. E, Gluto. Playing Link, by the way. And Cosmos, who haven't been playing that much. But here's the crazy thing, right? Tweak won the event, because remember, the Reaper Invitation was a different format. Tweak won the event by simply beating one person twice. It was Ouch. And I'm sure they covered this and talked about it on Tweak Talks, but this ain't Tweak Talks. This is Lights Out, and we got something to say about it, too. Cosmos, this format was fun, but it definitely yielded this was probably the most lackluster ending that could have been potentially happened, and it just happened to happen. But I like the format, and I think it could be revised a little bit, and I'd like to see it happen again. The Reaper format was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Reaper format was honestly extremely fun. I know a lot of other players probably didn't think so. Some did think so, but other players didn't think so, rightfully so. But I feel like it was very fun, and it was definitely flawed because it was the first one that ever happened. And I feel like one of the reasons why it was flawed is because it was based off seeding. And I feel like basing a format like this off of seeding creates a lot of problems already, because if you're first seed, you're honestly technically not even really first seed. Because if you're first seed, you're going to play the lowest seed, and then the lowest seed is projected to lose all their matches, and essentially I did. So Light ended up not really being first seed. He had to play a lot more matches than somebody who's like second or third seed, like Tweak or Zamba. So I feel like that wasn't really necessarily correct, but also I feel like in something like this, you shouldn't really base it off of seeding. It should just be more like, if it's going to be a fun format, it should be a fun way of using or of organizing the bracket, so that it's not so because if you're already trying to make it casual, like more appeal towards the casual side for a viewer, and also having more fun for the players, seeding isn't really something that should be as important. So basing it off of seeding is something that's like just not so beneficial for that kind of format. And also, I feel that this format probably would be more intuitive and more interesting if there was a lot more players also, because there just being 8 players, you can still kind of assume who you're going to play. And I feel like that pretty much makes it difficult for the format to really flourish, because the way that this format really is supposed to work is that nobody is really supposed to know what player they are supposed to play.
Yeah, that's true.
Whenever you go to Act 2, it's like, okay, well, these 2 players are going to play because they're at risk. Whoever wins or loses is going to play the Reaper, and then whoever wins or loses that is going to play this player. So like you can still kind of assume who you're going to play, and I feel like the format was supposed to be like you're not going to know who you're ever going to play, and you're always going to be confused for what the format is. And I guess it's going to be kind of confusing for the tournament organizers to deal with that. But I feel like that's the whole point of the format, and I guess that's probably why it wasn't used so often, because like it was meant for more than just 8 people, which makes it a lot more confusing and a lot more harder for them to handle. But I feel like it's a pretty fun format. I don't think that kind of format should have been ranked, because I'm not sure how the ranking really worked. I know it was ranked, but I'm not really sure how it worked, if the places matter or just the wins matter. And if that's the case, I feel like it's still not really so fair, because Tweak literally only got to play Ouch twice. That's all. And Ouch got to play like 5 different people and like rack up a bunch of wins. So it's like, if that's the case, Ouch got a better performance from that tournament just by losing to Tweak. And he got to beat a lot of other players, because he got to beat Light. He got to beat, pretty sure he beat Gluto. He got to beat Zomba. He got to beat Syrup. I think he beat Mr. E. I'm pretty sure he beat Mr. E too. So all those wins, those are a lot of really good wins. Those are like 2 or 3 top 10 wins. So the fact that Ouch was able to get 2-3 top 10 wins and a bunch of other wins, while Tweak only had the potential, the opportunity to only get 1 player win twice, but only 1 player win. I feel like having that for a ranked tournament is where like the biggest flaw is. So outside of that, I think the format is very fun, but I definitely think it needs a lot of adjustments. It needs more players. It needs more fine tuning. And I feel like it can definitely be a fun format, but I don't think it should ever be for a ranked tournament.
I think that's, you know what? I think that's fair too. Like, I think the rankings have been put on such a high pedestal that everybody essentially is like, oh, it's not ranked. I don't know if it has as much validation or value. Like, these events can be experimental and fun and still have a good prize pool. It's like $2,000 on the line. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it's $2,500.
You know I mean? Yeah, even better. Like, that's a lot of money. So like, I don't know. Playing for money is good, and it's not always just about playing for ranking. So I mean, I know it's going to be like, I think the wins are going to count like towards Lumi rank or whatever. Like, I know it has some involvement, but regardless of that fact, I mean, I'd like to see more experimentation, especially since I do believe we are in like the closing era of Ultimate. So why not go and do some more fun things? So shouts to the fine folks at 12G Smash for having us there. The Reaper Invitational was a lot of fun, and I do assure you, we will definitely attend another event if you guys are to do it, because that was lit. Thank you so much. Congratulations again to Tweak for taking that bad boy down. Now, with that said, there are some things that are going down, okay? And, you know, I tend to speculate this may be why Light actually didn't show up for today's episode. You know what I'm talking about? You have any clue where I'm going with this?
I actually have no idea where
no idea. Okay, most people don't, because Big Phil is an enigma. He's a nigga who's an enigma. It's crazy. I know. It's hard to keep track of. Guys, let me show you this tweet. Did you see this? Were you a part of this? Did you know this was happening, guys? Shopify Rebellion has absorbed Moist Esports to create some type of super esports team. I don't know how to say it. But Ludwig and Moist Critical were part of the announcement. And as you can see, Light tweeting, happy to be part of this transition. So many more wins to come.
I just love the Riddle's comment. Change your bio, Jim.
Yeah, he did. To Light's credit, he did indeed change his bio to update that. So shouts to Riddles for that. But this is great. You know what I mean? This is great. It's an expansion. I think if you watch Charlie's video about it, he talked about the fact that it was super important for them to kind of change the Moist name, because he believes that could have played a part in why one of their former teams was having a problem getting like a visa. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But yeah, I like this. But with this change, with this merger, does come the realization that I guess not everybody's welcomed, if you will. We did see that there were 2 players from Moist in the Smash sphere. There was like some other guy too. I don't know who it was though. But 2 players from Moist have been dismissed. I'm talking about Goblin and Aaron. They didn't get to be part of this acquisition, it would seem. So, and I'll tell you this too. That is not the only people whom I know, not from Moist, by the way. That is not the only people who I've been informed of. I won't give up my sources, of course, who are going to be losing sponsorship soon. Cosmos, we are in what I am going to dub a bit of a reset era for certain players, okay? Because we're towards the end of a certain game's lifespan, I do believe could see some people getting dropped, which will enable, going to enable potential wiggle room to get other players when a new game does inevitably drop. It's true, guys.
So do you think I'm getting sponsored?
Nigga, I'm talking about drops, okay?
But one step at a time. Dropped so that other players can get picked up. So you think I'm getting...
Are you in talks with anybody to get sponsored right now?
I mean, yeah, you're my talent manager. You know, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been shopping you around. Keep doing your thing on YouTube and we'll get you there, okay? We'll get you there.
All right, just start. If you're shopping, start talking to Shopify.
But listen, the reason it's so surprising is because I've always looked at Moist as such like a mainstay. Like I always thought with Moist, if one person got dropped, everybody got dropped, right? So I was actually very surprised to see that Aaron and Gob were let go and didn't go over to the acquisition, which by all accounts to me just seems like it's going to help generate revenue as opposed to losing it, which Charlie said in his video. But I don't know. It seems like they're doing things a little bit differently. And as I've said, I've heard some rumblings of some other players that'll be announced. And they're going to be kind of like sponsorless. I hate to say it, but it's true. Do you think this exodus of certain sponsors on certain players bodes well for a reset in the market, or do you think that these guys should not be fired and they should just hang on to them to see till that next Smash announcement comes?
Should not be fired. I mean, I think it depends on which game they're from. Like, I mean, I guess it depends what game they're from and what players it is. Because, like, if you're thinking about Shopify, I think the only Melee player, I think Zane moved over. I'm not entirely sure.
Zane moved over, I saw. Yeah. And Moki, of course. And they had somebody else too. Joshman, I don't know. I think Joshman moved over too. I don't actually know.
Yeah, so I think probably when it comes to that sense, I feel like, especially for the Ultimate players, it's understandable that, like, it sucks, but it's understandable that Aaron and Goblin ended up getting let go, and Cola and Light ended up staying because obviously they're both top 20 players. I think Cola's top 20, but they're both major winners, so that's like the big deal. Yeah. So the fact that we're like, all right, if you're thinking about the idea that we're trying to prep for the next game, because obviously the Switch 2 is coming out and the next game is going to come out probably sometime next year, latest the early 2027. But prepping for that will definitely be like, having 2 players is definitely enough, but keeping players that transition pretty well from game to game, I feel like is pretty important, because I feel like Cola obviously was a Smash 4 player and Light was obviously a Smash 4 player, and they were both like pretty good players in Smash 4 over to Ultimate. So obviously keeping that in mind, having them on the team, it's a safe bet to assume that they will be pretty good going into the next game, because they've been really good for like the entire lifespan of this game too. And they haven't really had any dips, especially not even talking about Light, but Cola being someone who took like a 6-month or year break and then came back and just kept cooking people. The fact that he's just pretty much that naturally talented, I feel like I have a lot of confidence of him being really good in the next game too.
I think Cola was smart because he built up some goodwill with that break he took. Because he told me, I can't remember, it was like, I don't know, Gamo or something like that, whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was a while ago.
Yeah, he was just practicing. Yeah, this is like a while ago, guys. But I remember he said like he kind of restructured his deal to be taking less while he was on hiatus. I think that's brilliant. I think that shows good faith to your boss. Like, hey, I know I'm not out here in these streets right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's dock it a little bit and keep it pushing. I think that's good faith, good business practice. I'd expect Cole to have good business sense, considering the fact that he's some sort of addicted stock trader of sorts. You know what I'm saying? He's got good brand appeal. He knows what he's doing.
The only thing I'll say is that I would assume that Melee players wouldn't stay on because both Smash games are kind of taking a dip right now. Like they're not.
You're crazy. Moki and Zane they're good.
Yeah, but what I will say is that it does make sense to keep them too, because whenever it's happened with every Smash game that's come out, whenever a new Smash game comes out, Melee always also has a resurgence too, because the new game coming out always makes people more interested in in Melee as well. So
because they riding that new game's coattails.
Exactly. So even whenever they stop playing, just Ultimate being at a Melee tournament makes Ultimate players stay and watch Melee too, and gets more people interested in a different game. So more people gonna be here for, I don't know, Smash Apocalypse 3 or whatever it's going to be called, is going to make people more interested in Melee as well, because people are going to get into Smash who didn't even know what Smash was at all, and then they're going to see Melee and be like, oh, this is more my type of forte, so I'm going to watch this instead. So I do feel like they should keep their Melee team.
Of course.
If any team did drop players, it would understand if they dropped Melee players over Ultimate players. But I feel like every team should honestly just keep both, because you're going to benefit from both sides.
Yeah, I'm a big, fan of Moist Esports, what they've done, obviously, to take care of Light. They have my admiration for that. And Zane, MDVA, same region right there. Moki's just a badass. And I don't really know Josh, man, but he's friends with Ludwig. That's good enough, Sometimes that's good enough, you know what I'm saying? I'll take that. Are you kidding me? So, and he's good at the game, so it helps a lot. So good for all them. In what I'm seeing is a little bit of uncertainty for some people, man. I did see, I know Mango and HBox are crazy. They've been with their orgs for over 10 years. It feels like. I think Leffen just re-signed to TSM. So there's definitely a lot of space for people to kind of get new contracts and grow and stuff like that. But let's play a little game, Cosmos. You want to play a little game?
Sure. I love games.
This is called, I didn't come up with a name for this, but all right, I'm going to say a name, okay, off of the Lumi Rank list, okay? And when I say this name and the sponsor, you tell me if they're fired or not, okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's an easy game.
Okay, here we go. Let's see who survives. FaZe Spargo.
He stays.
Okay, that's true. FaZe just put out a new commercial with him actually for Steel Series. So shout out to FaZe. Shout out to FaZe for realizing who they got. Fennel
definitely gets a raise whenever the next game comes out.
Exactly, he should. Fennel Miya.
He stays.
Okay, he stays. All right, let's say survives. I like survives better.
Okay, survives.
Okay. Zeta Acola.
He survives.
Okay. Moist Light, we already know that.
Yeah.
LG Sonics.
He survives.
Okay. Sig. Apologies. Sig Raru.
Sig Raru. I don't know what that team is, so I'm gonna just say he survives.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say unless Raru gets those results up, your ass is in jeopardy. Okay, 17th, 13th, 5th.
Oh wait, no, he a Luigi player. Oh no, he's definitely
he's getting cooked lately.
He's dead.
That boy Navy up there coming for your spot. You better get it together, Raru, or you really are gonna be Nig Raru, okay? Because you're gonna be broke. All right, moving on.
That's crazy.
RC Shuton.
100% survives.
Okay. Mr. Consistency, I like to say. How about old GOAT, MK Leo?
I think he gets dropped. And T1's going to pick him back up again. That's what's going to happen,
That's
bro.
Your big brain play?
He's going back to the Korean teams, bro.
All right. Well, he signed a pretty lengthy contract from what I know, so he might have to pull a Jimmy Butler and force his way out. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Good luck, Leo. But I think Leo stays on LG. All right. Asimo, who is part of SZ? Scars.
Yeah. He survives.
Okay.
Asimo's been doing pretty well recently. I think was he top 10? No, he was top 15.
Yeah.
Or was he top 10? I don't know. He was really high though. So
wait, this is in order, you jackass. He's 9th.
Yeah. Oh shit, you're right. Yeah. So he's top 10. He's top 10. So yeah, he's definitely surviving. He's been doing really well recently.
There you go. All right, LG Tweak.
He stays if he wants to.
Okay.
Honestly.
Yeah, I think Tweak might Tweak. Tweak be like getting tight, like, hey, yo, what you mean 10th, bro? What kind of shit is that?
My own team put me at 10th. Let me tell you, bro. PG put me at 11th. What happened 5 months later? I got the fuck out of there. I was disrespected. So you know what? Maybe he'll feel the same way.
Maybe your own ops. A310 Doramigi.
Can we just skip all the Japanese players? I don't give a fuck about any of these sponsors, bro. I don't know what sponsors really mean for them. Like, I don't know what it's so hard because I don't know what Japanese sponsors provide really. I don't know how like beneficial they are to the team. I know obviously like the top ones like provide benefits, but like A3214 is that a passport number? I don't know what the fuck that sponsor does, bro. It's just random ass numbers. Bro just put a random number generator in front of his name. Is that really a sponsor?
Apparently they also sponsor TG.
Yeah, bro, let's skip. He stays. He survives.
There is one more name there I did want to at least touch on. James, can't read that comment out loud. There is one more sponsor. See what he wrote? Jesus. All right. Well, that's live television, folks. Gluto, okay? Is Gluto gonna stay with his sponsor if he keeps playing Link?
Oh, if he keeps playing Link.
If he keeps playing Link. If Gluto goes down this Link path, okay, I don't know if he's trying to find first place or fucking Zelda, okay? I don't know what you're looking for with Link, Gluto. Does Gluto survive?
I think Gluto is the heart of Solaria at this point. So that motherfucker could play Ganondorf if he wants to. I don't think they would give a fuck at this point. He is French Smash Brothers. It don't matter what he play.
That's true, actually. You're making some valid points right there. So a little bit of an exodus. Remember, Lights Out always brings you the inside info. A couple more players, and I'm not saying it's game specific, but they are going to be unfortunately losing their home. So we'll keep monitoring that situation as it develops. But we gave our predictions, at least on the Lumi ranked top 10, who we think is going to be able to survive and thrive, chat. That's what we believe was going to be the case. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about our next topic. The fact that there was another event in Japan land. And let me tell you something. Some people on here didn't do as well as I'm sure they would have liked. All right. And that's okay. Why is that okay, Cosmos? Do your transition.
I don't know why it's okay. Why is it okay?
No, do your you said you had a transition. Do your transition. You're sponsored.
Yeah, but this wasn't the transition. I had another.
Well, just do it. Do it now.
All right. I'm depressed.
Is that it?
No, you put me on the spot. You put me on the spot. Hey, man, you know what? I think we should talk about our sponsor for today's podcast, which is BetterHelp. So, if you would not mind, could you tell me more about the sponsor?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to need some better help working with you niggas. Good grief. What in the fuck was that? All right, well, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Today's sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, is, of course, as Cosmos said, our friends over at BetterHelp. In 2025, maybe you're ready for a plot twist. Oh, that's not it. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. What do you want out of your 2025 story? What do you want it to be? Every January brings you 365 blank pages just waiting to be filled. In 2025, maybe you're ready for a plot twist, or maybe there's a part of your story that you want to revise. Maybe it isn't about resolutions that fade into February. I'm talking to you gym fatties. Start taking up all the good parking spots. It's about packing up a pen and becoming the author of your own life. Think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and create meaningful stories you deserve to live by. You know me personally, 2024, challenging year, but therapy, thanks to my friends at BetterHelp, was definitely very therapeutic and helpful. Thank you, BetterHelp. So write your story, with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/lightsout today to get 10% off your first month. 10% off your first month. Oh, Lord, have mercy. That administration coming into the office. Some of y'all might need it. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/lightsout today.
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know about you, but my depression is gone after that.
My transition was going to be after our inauguration talk. And I think that was going to be a better transition. But, you put me on the spot, so I couldn't do it.
You're terrible. Fire all you niggas. All right, let's talk about something that's going to depress the players. Japan just concluded another S tier. All right.
Now I really need better help after that.
Oh my
God. I need some help. I'm not getting ranked at this rate.
It's tough out here about Japan. They are the masters of tournaments, and yet again they had one, but a little different this time. Miya has successfully returned to his winning ways after back-to-back fourth place finishes at the two previous S tier. He gets the W here over Doramigi, followed by my boy Snow, keeping it consistent with these top three placings. I love that. Matsunabe, one of the 30 amazing Falcos in Japan, shows that. Can you quiet that down? Is that a goddamn mariachi band? The hell was that?
La Vedora.
This is horrible. All right, well, yeah. So Japan, another great tournament out there. I got to watch party it from my penitentiary hotel I was at in Brooklyn last weekend. Had a good time. Shouts to everybody who comes through my watch parties. Got to give a special shout out to Quid. Quid was in Japan randomly. I don't know what he was doing there, but that little white boy went on a tear. He got 9th place, just one hit away from getting top 8. But Quid, who I feel like barely even plays the game, just destructive, bro. If there's a new season,
he's in college, right?
If there's a new season of Squid Games and Quid goes to a tournament, just know it's going to be a problem. Okay, so shouts to Quid for sure. Shouts to Miya for getting back in those winning ways, and it was cool for sure. It is interesting though. This is the first time in a long time that I can remember this upcoming weekend that we have no Japan S tier. I think like their highest one is like a B tier. I can't believe it.
It's just crazy because I feel like that's still like as high as all the American tournaments. So who cares? True. They're still above us.
This weekend is interesting for events because there's like a couple of B tiers, and I'm just thinking like, dang, if everybody could have just kind of consolidated and just got together, maybe they could have raised it to at least an A tier. But
yeah, where's that sheet actually? I want to see all the tournaments.
There was a Lumi. I think the Lumi rank posted it. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Can you post it in the chat?
Yeah, I'll post it for us. Coming up, boom, put it right there. And you guys, of course, I want you guys to be able to see it too. Boom, boom, boom. So this is the events that are coming up for this weekend right here, guys. Worst of the West, B tiers. Worst of the West is gonna have Allandis, Monty, Spargo, Waka. Then something in France with Dryby, Crepe Soleil, Terek, Frosty Faustings with the Buzz and Riddles. And then a couple of Mexico tournaments that Cosmos was not informed about, so he's not even going to.
None of them. I can't believe there's 3 of them that nobody decided to tell me about any of them. Not even a week beforehand.
That is kind of crazy. Are you
crazy? Because like I'm chill with the Mexico TOs. Like we be DMing sometimes and stuff. So like the fact that I saw this, I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then one of the TOs was responding to my tweet, like, yo, come to the Mexico City. Like, bro, why the fuck didn't you tell me this earlier? Shit makes no sense.
That is kind of crazy. I think honestly, sometimes maybe they just forget that you actually do live there. Like, it's possible.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I be telling them every time I talk to them, like, yeah, if there's any tournaments, just let me know. Because, like, I can always go to any of them. I can go to any of them. Just let me know.
You got to be proactive, Cosmos. You know what that means?
What?
You got to get out there and you got to make the tweet. Yeah, you got to look. You got to talk to the top players and make the tweet yourself. And you let people know, like, hey, Big Cos Money is interested in this event. I want to be there. Okay? You got to be proactive in the field, my boy.
Do you think Leo be doing that? Do you think Meister be doing that? I swear to you, every TO is probably in their DMs like, hey man, come to my tourney, come to my tourney.
Do I think that the literal Hispanic people in Mexico who have been mainstays of that community for years upon years have to do that? No, I don't.
And you would think that they would want foreign talent at their tournament for free. They don't even gotta drive me out. Just tell me that's happening.
Can I let you in on a secret?
No, actually, you can't.
I'm going to anyway.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the day, you're still just a nigga.
I'm black. That's true.
That's it. Okay. And I know it ain't fair, but it's true. It is what it is. All right. You just got to deal with it, man. I'm sorry.
Get Cosmo's BetterHelp is crazy.
He needs it right now, and you can get it too. Use our link. All right. It'll be in the description of the video for sure. But yeah, I mean, that's all like the real big Smash news and stuff to kind of keep an eye on for sure. I'll be doing watch parties this Saturday on both Twitch and YouTube throughout Saturday and Sunday, like throughout the days and stuff like that. Come check me out. You guys know what to do. But how about we talk about some other information? Because like Cosmos, I'm actually very curious to get your perspective on this. Okay. So let me bring this over real quick. Oops. You know what? Let me actually do the search first. Okay, here we go. All right.
I have a lot of opinions about that.
Thoughts on, now you're both a U.S. and Mexico citizen. So I want to get your thoughts on the fact President Trump, what he has been up to in his first couple of days in office.
Okay. I don't have any thoughts.
Okay.
I don't have any thoughts. I just know that all I can really say is that I am kind of scared. I don't know how long I'll be allowed in Mexico for much longer.
I'll tell you what. Listen,
what?
President Trump, you need to get yourself some BetterHelp. Use our code, okay? Because nigga, you wildin'. All right, let's talk about some real fun stuff, though. Some stuff we actually care about.
One thing I will say is that, like, it is because I know there's is it national or I guess international? Like, it's like a petty war happening.
Are you trying to sound smart? That was just a bit.
Oh, well, no, I was actually about to go off because I'm actually terrified. And I feel like I'm terrified for justified reason because I actually might get deported at some point.
Deported back to America?
Yeah, I might get deported. And I don't want to go back to America.
What the fuck am I listening to right now?
They're trying to send all immigrants away from the States to Mexico. And then the Mexican president's like, all right, well, I'm going to send everybody here that's an immigrant here back to the States. And I like being here. So I don't want to go back to the States.
Well, it sounds like you might make it back in time for the playoffs of the NFLs, baby. There's only 4 teams left. Let's talk about them.
I don't care about any of them. They're all horrible. All my teams I like lost. Deport me to Japan, man. Get me out of America in general.
Poor Cosmos. He can't catch a break.
I'm about to be a baseball fan.
Baseball?
Shohei Ohtani. Is that his name? That's my favorite sports player of all time now.
Showtime, huh? The LeBron James of baseball, as they say. Well, okay. Well, I still want to get your predictions, okay? Because we're gonna know who's going to the Super Bowl after this weekend comes. I know some of you are definitely sports fans in the chat, which I appreciate that for sure. So let's start here. Eagles, Commanders. Who you got? Chat, you can participate too. Let me know who you got.
I'm gonna say I got Eagles though, because I saw that the one tweet about the Eagles player. I don't know who it was, but the Eagles player was reading the
self-help
sports
book?
Psychology book.
Yeah,
Inner Excellence.
AJ Brown.
I read it. I actually read it before it was popular, and that book was incredible. I'm not gonna lie, that shit low key changed my life. I'm not even trolling. I even tweeted about it. It's Go on my Twitter. Check the tweet.
It's not that I don't believe you, but AJ Brown is reading that book and on the verge of a Super Bowl.
And I read that book and almost won Smash World Tour.
Oh, okay. This isn't a recent thing. Okay.
No, cool. It was like 3 years ago. It was like 3-4 years ago.
Well, nigga, I think you need to reread it. All right.
I did. And I got top of the Yo, what the fuck, bro?
Bring it back, man. Bring it back. I love it. Okay, right on. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably give it to the Eagles. I mean, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I think they're going to get to the Super Bowl.
I like the Commanders, but the only DMV team I was going to support was going to be the Ravens. So I got to be a hater on the Commanders. Let's go Eagles. And mainly because I think Saquon is cool. I think Jalen Hurts is completely carried by that team.
I mean, it's not even the Commanders' fault, like, why the Ravens lost. It's their own fault.
It's their own fault. I agree. Or Mark Andrews is in witness protection right now. Shit, that nigga probably hiding in the same spot Sky J's at right now, okay? No blood. Where these niggas at? Where they at? All right? We got questions. All right? We got questions. All right, moving on. All right. On the other side, okay? In the AFC, we got Kansas City and the Buffalo Bills. Now, keep in mind, Josh Allen has never beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Big opportunity going to Arrowhead. Buffalo?
That shit's gonna be as bad as Leo and Meister's record in Smash Open. It's gonna stay horrible.
Well, Meister got one and Allen got one too in the regular season, but you know.
Meister got one when basically Patrick Mahomes was playing basketball. Leo was playing corn. He wasn't playing his actual sport, bro.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so not too much belief. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna go and be Bills Mafia, okay? Because we must prevent the dynasty of Kansas City coming to fruition. It's already a dynasty. Don't get it twisted. They got 3 rings already. But the three-peat, we can't allow that, bro. That's in the same stratosphere as the great Kobe and Shaq combinations, okay? The great did they get a three-peat? I don't remember. They won 3 of them.
No, they didn't get a three-peat.
I think they won 3 of them, though. Jordan and Pippen. How about that? There you go, okay? So we'll see. But this has there's a lot of historical implications. The Bills, after many tries, get their first Super Bowl win, okay? Kansas City gets a three-peat historic type shit. Jaden Daniels could become the first rookie quarterback to make it to the Super Bowl and then win it. And the Eagles will get, a historically drunk mango stream. So there's a lot on the line, all right? A lot on the line right there, from best I can tell. So we will see what's going on with that. But yeah, that is the news for the most part. Cosmos, do you have any exciting plans for this week coming up?
I got a video coming out tomorrow. Definitely check out my YouTube video. I actually put out a video a few days ago. Check it out. It was about anime, so definitely check it out. Subscribe to my channel, like my videos, just throw a comment, say that EE's whack as fuck. Just anything. It don't matter what you comment, say anything.
There's a reason that BetterHelp has to sponsor us, because we keep perpetually putting each other's confidence at an all-time low. Okay? And I'm not one to disparage low confidence. Many a nights back in the day, a chubby girl and a bottle of Hennessy, low self-esteem, got me through a cruel night. Okay? But times have changed. We must be better to one another. We have to.
Nah, fuck you. Anyway, go comment on my YouTube video. I'm doing YouTube videos, and check out my Twitch. I'll be streaming probably later today. So yeah, support my content.
There you go. He's going to be streaming later today. We do support your content, Cosmos. Now, we need to plan too, because I don't know if Light's actually going to go and get this passport like he says he's going to do right now, which is why we made this episode a little unhinged, just to make up for the fact that he wasn't here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. But I think next week, I would love to plan another game night. Marvel Rivals.
Next week. Ooh, that sounds kind of fun.
I think it'd be great. Us 3, we can get Void. We can ask Mars if he plays Marvel Rivals. Like, we can really, just go all smasher, balls to the walls. Like, we are taking this thing in. Pause.
Did you just say smash our balls to the wall?
No. It's like balls to the wall. It's a saying.
Oh, I was like, where is this heading?
What the heck? What kind of... I know we were just in New York, man, but we weren't locked up. You know what? Never mind. Don't even want to go down there.
No, I'm down. We should definitely do game night next week. Even if we can't get that many people, even do something like Mario Party again would be pretty fun.
I don't want to do Mario Party. I want to play Marvel Rivals this time.
I mean, I want to play it too, but getting that many smashers to coordinate all in one call.
Well, I have my stream. I have several members from my stream who can play too, who are actually like, not socially awkward. So it wouldn't be hard to have them in voice comms. So I got people too. So we'll keep that in mind. That sound good to you?
I don't believe it, but I'm down.
Which part?
I don't believe that you got sane people in your chat, but I'm down.
Oh my God. You hear the way these guys talks about you guys. Well, just know Big Phil knows you. Big Phil appreciates you. And Big Phil loves you. And thank you so much for supporting this episode of Lights Out. Episode number 90? 89, one of them things. Either way, if you enjoyed what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because we always bring the vibes. And we'll be back next week with the whole crew. You guys take care. God bless you. Know the rest. Peace.